So while we're waiting for people to answer, I'm just going to quickly run through the 5 points we raised as per why plans fail. We said one is ignorance, and we need to know. Like the Bible tells us, my people perish for lack of knowledge. It would help if we know. And we said 3 things we need to know. We need to know about God, the way He has set up His universe. Then we need to know about ourselves and the environment. I see Jeff is ready to ask this question. So let me break and have him ask. Go ahead.
Yes, Dr. Akin. I want to ask, okay. I'm into farming, okay. Into farming.
I'm a farmer also.
Okay, so now you make plans, okay, and sometimes your plans, right, are dependent on others.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you don't have control over all the variables. Okay, now in terms of changes, being flexible, and having the success of those plans in mind, how do you accommodate that when some of those variables are not in your control? They are dependent on others, because that has been a key issue in my business.
Great.
For example, your farm workers, for instance, there can be some predictability at times. Your farm inputs, they are not they are not in your control. You may get to the market today, and you just notice drastic changes in terms of regular input that you use and all of that. So those variables are not in your control. How do you manage that in ensuring that your plans succeed?
Great question. And like I said, I have a farm also. I have 60 acres of farmland. So there are things. So that's what we said about knowledge earlier on, right? You need to know what the opportunities are and what the threats are. Part of the threats are the things that are outside your control, your workers, the people that work for you, right? I've had to sack my very first employee, so we need to understand, because you need trust. If I tell you I've only been to my farm 3 times, it's because I have someone that I trust. And I've told him if I have to come more regular to the farm, it means that I'm getting ready to sack him, right? So, so you need to know the people. We've sacked my first employee. We've also got a supervisor for the farmers who have to let go, because he stole, so it's the people that are working for you. You have to know what your own, what your boundaries are, what you will take and what you will not take, right? So you have to settle in your mind, what are the minimum I want to take from these people, right? Because for me, when I sacked the first person that was working for me, I believe she's yet to recover from what I did, right? Because she didn't see it coming. I mean, I don't look like someone that can sack somebody, but the way I sacked her, I'm sure she's still trying to recover, right? Because for her, she had crossed the line for me, right? First of all, is that she made money, a whole lot of money from me. She was still planning to make a whole lot of money from me. I mean, these are not right money, more like stealing. But I still let all of that go. But one thing I could not compromise was having people working for me that were not united. But she was creating a very unworkable environment between her and the next person working for me. And I didn't want that kind of spirit. I sent several people to correct her, but she still held to her ways. So I just let her go. And I just shut down every communication channel to her, right? So that is one of the things I would compromise. The other thing, the supervisor for the farmers, when we saw that he was taking something, it was a no-go for me. We let him go, right? So you have to determine in your mind, what are the things you want? Because these are the threats. What you're talking about here is what we call threats to your business, right? Yes. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of people do I want to work for me? And typically, you don't employ people to make them the kind of people you want them to work for you. You go employ the kind of people that you want. Because your business is not a training, you are not doing a farm as a training ground.
Wow. Yeah.
So you don't go and employ people that you want to train. You employ the kind of people that you want to work for you. Do you understand? So you have to determine what are the minimum criteria for the people I want to work for me. For instance, if we're building a poultry, right? I've already decided that it's more important for me to get people I can trust than people that have experience. So the people I'm planning to employ have zero experience on poultry, but they are the kind of people I can trust because I've worked with them in other areas. Okay. So those are the people I'm going to employ. I will employ them and train them because I've decided that their personality is more important than their expertise.
Okay.
You understand? That is a decision I have made. So when I go out to employ, I'm not just employing anybody. I'm employing people that can work with me. Then I can give them whatever the shortfall is.
Sure.
Right? Because rather than me going to employ someone that is experienced, but I cannot sleep at night.
Oh yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So okay. So your success or failure of your business is in your employment. You employ success. You don't just employ. So that's one of the ways you treat those people that work for you. Then you can make mistakes because you're not perfect, right? You might employ the wrong person. Then you have to decide how to cut the person off.
Recruitment error.
Recruitment error, you cut the person off, and you're allowed. You are human, you make mistakes. You learn from that to employ better the next time. You understand? Does that help?
Thank you so very much. I appreciate these thoughts. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, going forward, I know what to look out for. Thank you so very much.
And feel free, we can exchange details. As you're a farmer, I'm a farmer. We can always connect. There's no
problem.
Just all of us.
I'm into poultry farming.
I'm building a poultry. I'm building a very big poultry, 30,000 bed capacity poultry. That's
wow, that's not big. That's huge. That's not big. Come on, that's huge.
It'd be nice to learn a lot from you. So if you don't mind, send me a note afterwards, and we can connect.
No problem, sir. No problem, sir. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate this opportunity.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
God bless. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.